Good morning, Incarnate Word. We are back. The weekend Roundup is back after a Thanksgiving hiatus. We were in food comas. Not fully knocked out, but pretty close.
Yeah. It was touch and go.
All that is it tryptophan? It's in all the turkeys and stuff. Yeah, it did a number on me. But anyway, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families. I know I had a wonderful one with mine. Yeah, you had a good one as well. So, just a lot of great things happening. We've got Advent coming up this weekend. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a thing. You may have heard of it before.
It's going to be an interesting Advent.
Yeah, you may have heard of Advent as a concept, but now it's actually happening. The 4 Sundays before Christmas. It'll be the shortest Advent possible because Christmas is on a Monday this year. So it's going to be a little crazy sprint here to Christmas, but it's going to be a wonderful time. So big thank you to everybody who helped out last night with our Young Family Holy Hour. Had a pretty good turnout. I wasn't there myself, but Deacon Lawson said it was a really good time. So always a good thing with all them. So what do we have coming up over the course of the next week?
Yeah, we have many things. We're going to probably do at some point like a little year in review video, which will be fun because I think you just go week after week after week and you forget how much you do as a parish in a whole year. But tomorrow, Saturday, we have Companions of Lost and Found Sheep. This is sort of a prayer initiative for those that have friends and family who have left the church. So they'll meet after the 8:30 a.m. Mass, but immediately after Mass, before the lost and found sheep.
If you're going to be at 8:30 Mass tomorrow on Saturday, tomorrow is the wonderful day where we switch out all of the missals for the new liturgical year. So it should take about 10-15 minutes or so, and I made an announcement about it last week. But if you're going to be at 8:30 Mass tomorrow, Saturday, December 2nd, we could use your help for a few minutes after Mass to get all those missals switched out.
Yeah. So, and then you can stay for the Lost and Found Sheep prayer if you like.
Exactly. We've got Family Day, sponsored by the Parish Council and the Parish School this weekend after the morning Masses, the 7:15, 8:45, and 10:30. We will have the book fair.
Yes.
The Blue Ribbon Book Fair.
Donuts.
Will the donuts be in the gym?
I think in the gym lobby.
Yeah, the gym lobby. So you'll have to go down there to get your donuts, but we will have donuts. We will also have the reptile guy. Never heard of him, but I assume he's a guy that likes reptiles. Based off of the name, one could assume that there will be reptiles and a guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You never know what the reptile, sometimes he drafts participants to be a part of
audience participation.
A high level.
High level of audience participation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That will be in the gym after the 8:45 and 10:30 Masses. All are welcome. You can check out the book fair and get some donuts and just have a wonderful day with our IW families.
Put on your neck.
And maybe it's to interact with snakes if you're into that sort of thing. We also have Nursery Bible School open during the 10:30 Mass this weekend, and Jonah Prayer will be available after 10:30 as well.
Yeah, and then the Boy Scouts will be selling wreaths and centerpieces in the lobby after Masses to support their troop, and I know those are pretty popular.
Yeah,
they're
very popular.
Real wreaths.
Yeah, they're legit.
They smell like a tree instead of plastic.
Yes. Pro-Life Ministry is selling Advent candles and Advent wreaths, nativity raffle tickets, and Christmas cards in the church lobby. This will be the final weekend for those sales. They all benefit, of course, pro-life efforts, which are very important this time of year as well. So help them out if you can. Wonderful ministry. And then Knights of Columbus is also selling Christmas hams. So we have hams, Advent wreaths, Christmas wreaths, nativities. I mean, you can pretty much do all your Christmas shopping.
Reptiles, donuts,
donuts, anything you could possibly need for a good Christmas is here this weekend.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but I think after this weekend, it kind of starts to quiet down in the lobby.
Yeah,
which will be nice.
It's been a very busy lobby the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of nice when we don't have all these things. But for now, get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the Disability Game Day is Sunday from 2 to 4 in the school library. Yeah. So they do that every couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week, looking ahead, next Friday, December 8th, that date might sound familiar to you because it is the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. It's a holy day of obligation, so if you're listening to this, you can't say you didn't know it and you weren't aware. You can no longer be ignorant. So it's a holy day of obligation next Friday, December 8th. The Mass times are as follows. We'll have a Vigil Mass on the evening of Thursday, December 7th at 6 p.m. And then Friday, the day of, will be 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m. That 8:30 will be with our school students. That will be with the school students. So 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. on Friday, December 8th. So those will be the Mass times for that Holy Day of Obligation.
Yeah, and hope you can join us for that. And then that evening of Thursday, December 7th, for the men of our parish, that's Advent by Taillight.
Yes, should be a really, really good time. Yeah, great turnout last year. Hoping to have a bigger turnout this year. We've got guest speaker Bobby Keppel, who grew up actually here in Incarnate Word way back in the day. Used to pitch in the major leagues, just a husband and father out in St. Charles, and gives a really good testimony about the importance of Catholic masculinity and the demands, certainly compared to what our world might want us to be. So it's a really great event. We'll have food, we'll have drinks. That'll be out back. Bring a coat. Although I think the weather shouldn't be too bad. I know next weekend it's going to be like really warm. But I don't know about Thursday night. But it'll be outside, so prepare for any weather.
And we'll probably have some fires going on.
We'll have fires, maybe some cigars. We're dudes. Dudes doing dude stuff.
Bring a friend from work.
Yeah,
friend from
absolutely.
The neighborhood. This is a very social and open event for the guys of our parish, so we'd love to have you there.
And ladies, don't think that we forgot about you. Advent by Candlelight is going to be Wednesday, December 13th. That'll be down in the Lower Church Hall with a wonderful talk from Sylvita Schrumpf of our parish. It'll be a wonderful opportunity for the women of our parish to gather together for prayer. You can contact Annie Chrisman for more questions. And then also I should mention for the Advent by Taillight, there's a sign-up link on the flock note and on the parish website, and you can contact Stacy Sabino for that. So Stacy Sabino for the Advent by Taillight and Annie Chrisman for the Advent by Candlelight.
Wonderful. And then every year we try to provide Advent resources. So there are reflection books. If you're in the school, they'll be sent home with your youngest child, and then in PSR, same thing. But if you aren't in PSR or in the day school, you'll see a table full of calendars for the next year, for reflection books. We kind of got you covered for all that.
Yeah. And then also, again, looking ahead, I know this is a few weeks away, but since Christmas is on a Monday, that means that the fourth Sunday of Advent is December 24th.
In the morning.
In the morning. So we will be posting Christmas Mass times, I think, after sometime here in the next week or so. There'll be the normal ones as before. And just to save the many, many questions that will come our way and that will be called into our parish office, you will need to go to Mass twice. Once for the fourth Sunday of Advent and once for Christmas. You can't do a 2-for-1 by going to the 4 o'clock vigil on that Sunday night and accounting for both. Go twice. You can do it. We can. Show you. It's very heroic, and we're honored by your courage.
Well, we're in this together.
We are in this together, and if you think you're going more than once, just remember that we have to be there for all these Masses too, okay? It's going to be a crazy busy weekend, but you need to go twice. That's the overall thing. If you take one thing from this weekend roundup, or any of the subsequent ones, go to Mass twice that weekend. You need to go to Mass twice to fulfill both of those obligations. And we'll be posting the Christmas schedule shortly.
Yes. And Christmas is not really a surprise as far as the normal Mass times, but do pay attention to December 31st, January 1, because that is a little different.
Yes.
So anyway, just good to put that on your calendar so you can
plan ahead.
Yes, for your good and for your family and the soul of all the people in your care.
Yeah.
Just look at that. And then baptisms, we congratulate Anne-Marie Brannicky, daughter of Tyler and Marie, and Harper Lee Phillips, child of Mark and Katie, for their entrance into the church last weekend.
Yeah, and we want to pray especially for Judith Ferez, mother of Suzanne Ferez and Todd, for the repose of her soul. I'll be doing her funeral in a week or two. So, all right, this weekend, Advent.
Yeah, so kind of last minute deal on Wednesday. Deacon Rob said he was going to preach for me, so was working on a homily, and now I'm not.
No, that's great. So I'm on the hook for this. So I'm going to talk about, the gospel talks about, obviously a watchfulness and to stay alert and to be ready. And I'm going to talk about, there have been a couple of sporting events in the last couple months that took place almost overnight that I got up for. I was tired the next day or two as a result of it, but I'm going to, in reflecting on it afterward, I was thinking to myself, when's the last time that I, really had to set my alarm and plan ahead for something related to our Catholic faith. We do this for sporting events. I set an alarm to get up and watch the Ryder Cup or a Formula One event. How watchful are we for things of our faith versus watching a sporting event on TV. So I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of a comparison on those things, a little bit of a dichotomy, and then just talk about some ways that we can remain watchful and alert during this Advent season. So
yeah, and I was when I was working on an idea, one thing that came to my mind, sometimes I think we look at this gospel, be watchful, almost like, oh, Dad's going to come back and be mad at us if we're not ready or don't have the stuff done. Kind of look at it in fear, but I was also thinking about how when someone you love has been away for a while and they're coming home and when their flight is, like you're watching and you're like ready in case that flight gets in early, and maybe you don't wait in the garage at Lambert, you actually go as close as you can so you can see them at the first possible moment. That there's this sense in the readings too, is like God's coming back. He's been gone for a while. Are we going to be the loving family that's wants to catch the very first glimpse of him when he returns? Trying to foster that spirit in us as the followers of God, that like we actually want to be ready to see him when he returns, as opposed to, oh man, I hope he can get my work done so he doesn't get mad at me. Yeah, two different.
Or indifference of like, oh, I'll see him later. Like there should be something about like, no, I want to be there when our Lord comes.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So,
well, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Just we say it all the time, though. It really is. It's shocking. Today's the first day of December, and we can, all of us, priest included, in 3.5 weeks, we could all of a sudden realize Christmas is here. Or we can really try every day in the next 3.5 weeks to carve out some time of recollection and silence. So just really encourage you, and kind of preaching to ourselves, make some time for recollection and to preparation, I would say, as opposed to all of a sudden Christmas is upon us. So something we have to do deliberately, but we should support each other in trying to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, folks, we hope you have a wonderful day today. It's gloomy weather outside. Really just kind of...
Feels like winter.
Feels like winter. I assume that's a good thing. Winter should be...
Can't appreciate the spring until you have the
winter. Exactly. So, folks, we hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Look forward to seeing you around for Mass. Family Day, a lot of great things happening. Look forward to seeing you then. Take care.
God bless.
God bless.